Hey, there we go. Sweet. Okay. So now, let's turn down my volume here. All right, now I'm just gonna have this stupid stream software. Well, it's not stupid stream software. It's actually very good. It's just, it's very it's very finicky. This is so ridiculous because so the issue is that I have to hit start streaming on my proxy software that I'm using, and then I have to hit start stream on YouTube as well. Which is a bit ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to mute my stream here. I'm going to turn off on my computer. Okay. Looks like you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Hello. Woo! Alright, welcome to my first stream of my epic Minecraft series upon this block. Now, I assume that any of my Catholic viewers right now will probably be frothing at the mouth. Oh my gosh, upon this block. Peter was the block upon which the church was built. Oh man. I'm sorry, gents, but oh man, this is gonna be good. I hope we have some good time in the live chat. I am streaming via mobile hotspot on my phone, which is always fun. And yes, my man Logos, that is right. I'm not wasting time on my Latin. As you can see, I have the Latin language setting on Minecraft up and running right now. Ooh boy, this is good. Hang on, I wonder if my cuds. Yeah, sweet. My cousin's coming to watch. If you're here, Judy, hello. Awesome stuff. All right, so I'm going to close as much as I can, because it can be a bit, hey, how you going with internet? Yeah, as usual, guys, just tell me if there's any issues coming up with internet or whatever. So awesome. Now, the goal for this stream, I'm going to turn it back into English in just a second, but the goal for this series, I'm planning on having like multiple seasons, like perhaps per Minecraft update or once I achieve a certain goal or whatever. Basically, go around converting villages either by the pure persuasiveness of the word or by the end of my diamond sword. Either way works. I'll be building churches as well. That will always be fun. And have... all while doing this, have a bunch of fun theological, historical, and Bible discussion. This is going to be a nice, fun, and wholesome, but also very based stream series. So, I haven't even made the world yet, so hopefully I get a good one, because Minecraft can be pretty, how would I say it? In the latest update, especially not generous, because the land masses are flipping huge now, absolutely massive, and it can be a very big pain to traverse now. Oh yeah. Jeff, my man, how are you going? Awesome. Watching this upside down, he says, laugh track, get it? Because Australia is on the southern hemisphere, it's upside down. Just kidding, Jeff. Love you, mate. Awesome. All right. Scriptunico de vi obtenere. If anyone knows more Latin than me, because I've only really just started, someone confirm if that's good, because I'm only a beginner and I've already spotted like a couple of grammatical errors, which makes me very proud. But yes. All right. We are... Ew. That's a disgusting font. Ew. No, I don't want that. Ew. Okay, UK? Okay. Oh, no, that's why I put on Unicode. Okay, cool. Okay, Australian English. Awesome. Should be sweet. All right, let us create a new world. Now, I'm wondering what it should be called. JP says, I'm interested in learning Latin. You absolutely should, mate. It is so worth it. I've got some good stuff. Just hit me up a message, mate. I can send you some good stuff to get on it. But, yep, so... I'm wondering, what do we call this world? I would love a suggestion or two. I mean, if it takes too long, then I guess I'll just have to make it myself. But yes, I do want a nice word. I'll make sure my stream quality on my phone, yep, cool, down at minimum, so that I don't be chogging up my hotspot. Because what I'm doing right now, right? So I'm in my new study room right now. A dedicated study room. It's flipping awesome. And my full bigger library is like behind the camera. But basically it's on the opposite side of the house to the modem. So the connection is very, very weak at best. So I have to use for more intense stuff like streaming, like I'm doing here, I have to use my phone and my mobile hotspot. which is it chugs up a lot of data, but it's worth it for stuff like this because it's fun. It's awesome. I love it. I am not a little girl, so I'll be playing on hard mode, not hardcore, because hardcore denies the reality of the resurrection, because once you die in the game, that's it, it's done. But because we believe in the resurrection, I'm playing on not hardcore survival mode, because you resurrect and you have a chance at starting things over again. So that's good. It's very nice and base. Mordor, Australia. Call it Australia. Well, I don't want to spend half the entire stream in a desert or a mesa biome. I mean, I don't know about Mordor, Australia. It's actually kind of difficult. Mordor, Australia. I mean, Mordor is basically Australia, is it not? I mean, come on, let's be real. Minus the volcano. We have heat from the sun. We don't need a volcano for that. I bet even Sauron would need some sunscreen in Australia, eh? The second coming. Judy, mate. Glad to see you here. The second coming. Nope. Sodom and Egypt. You know what? You might be onto something, Logos. Safe haven? Nah. I mean, look, I can call my base that. But Sodom and Egypt. Sodom and Egypt. I don't know if I want to get axed immediately. I mean, I still want to build up a viewer base. Oh, by the way, if you haven't, sub to my BitChute and my Gab especially, because I say it every video, I do not expect to be here forever. I'm going to get nuked at some point, and I want to make sure I at least have somewhat of a base to carry on once I get nuked. Babylon. Oh man, Logos, you have some good names there. You have some good. Oh, Logos, get. I know plugging. I don't know if plugging's allowed in those Discords, but like if you can, any of the other Ortho boys on Discord, if they want to come, in the live chat, have a good time, invite them along. I reckon that'd be awesome. I don't want to do it because that's just plugging. And of course, I wouldn't encourage you just to blatantly say, "Hey, come watch Paul's live stream." But yeah, just like I don't know, maybe private messaging or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Bethlehem, Logos. Oh, you're a legend, mate. You're a legend. Fire, these are good names. Okay, I shouldn't dilly-dally because I'm only here for so long. I'm wanting to aim for around like 2 hours or so for these streams. Possibly longer if I feel like it. Babel, Egypt. How's this? Babylon, but in a Jamaican accent. Babylon. Hey man, we're going to Babylon. I don't know, but I think I quite like this, like the power level of this name, Sodom, Babel, Egypt. This is stupid. That's absolutely. I mean, hey, it's like combining all the evil into one. That's just how evil. That's just how evil this world is. That's how desperately they need the Lord. All right, so we're gonna convert them all in the name of God. Absolutely. All right. No cheats. No cheats because... no cheats? Yeah, no cheats. We're going to do that. More world options. Generate structures. Bonus chest off because I'm not a little boy. Or rather, I'm not a little girl. Little boys are absolute legends in Minecraft. But I'm not a... Soda Babel Egypt. Yeah. Look, this is just an absolute power move right here. Soda Babel Egypt. This is like the final boss of evil lands. So, yeah, we're going for that. Let's do it. All right. World using experimental settings. That's right. I am using the latest experimental update for Minecraft 1.18. So the land is going to be freaking awesome. Cannot wait. Oh, got me some nice Queen Victoria tea here. Oh. Love this stuff. Love this stuff. Oh man, Soda Babel Egypt. Oh. It does take a little bit to load, or rather generate these new Minecraft worlds, because they're massive. Hopefully I don't get the mad stuttering issue like I sometimes get, because otherwise I have to reset the game and that can be a bit of a pain in the bum. Okay, wow. I could not have asked for a worse place. This is just unaesthetic. There's even a microbiome here. This is a glitch they were supposed to have fixed. So there's a glitch in the earlier snapshots for this update. Oh my gosh, where whatchamacallit, there were microbiomes. Oh Okay, this is really weird. Yeah, they got these kind of weird microbiome. This world is scuffed. This is ew. I mean, it's a heathen world, so I guess what else was I expecting? We need some classic tunes from Salty or Super Bowl. Oh, mate, you couldn't have suggested anything better. Oh, man. Okay. I promise next stream that's happening. That is happening next stream because I don't really have like I'm still kind of new with getting around to the more advanced features. I think I kind of have an idea of how I could do that. Yeah, just like loading up a new music audio source in the software. Oh boy, hello. I might even just to keep maximum because I'm streaming at the same time and at like full HD quality, so I might just turn the graphic to. Oh god, no, don't want fabulous. Maybe just fast. See how that looks. Yeah. Let's see if that changes any latency. Think it might be good enough. I mean, oh no, we might not see the see-through. Oh, hello, we got a pillager outpost already. That was nice and quick. Far out. And the Prince of Egypt theme episode. Prince of Egypt theme episode. I don't know if I'll do that, JP. I mean, if there's an event, 2 villager outposts really close to each other. That's actually not very common. As far as I'm aware, that is not common. I've never seen that. Wow. Okay. Well, I do not want to go there because pillagers are a bit. I mean, like once I have a sword and a shield, I can mow through them easy, but I don't have anything like that. Let's get some basic materials happening. You're dealing with you're playing with the big boys now. You're playing with the big boys now. That's Prince of Egypt is flipping. Oh, it's one of the. It's so ironic. I mean, I guess it's not ironic because like it's a story that like Jews believe in, but like movie basically made by a Jew, an unbeliever, and I consider it one of the greatest Christian movies ever made because like this is our faith, right? Oh, I guess one of our first theological topics. Like, it was never not Christianity, all right? If we believe our faith is real, Christ himself made the claim that he is the continuation, the fulfillment of the true faith of Israel, right? So from the beginning, it was always Christianity. It wasn't Judaism and then switched over to this new thing called Israel, and somehow the modern heretical movement called Judaism is somehow a continuation of Israel. No. That's not how it works. This is the ultimate pill. All right? The ultimate God pill. But yeah, so Christianity is the faith of Israel. That's what it was, the faith of Israel. And Judaism, as in the modern heretical religion today, that is a post-Second Temple heresy. That is your daily pill. One of many to come. It had great music and excellent performance. Yeah, absolutely. Fun fact, I actually performed... I actually sang Miriam's song in grade 11 because I was in music class. I actually did that for a performance. Oh, it's such a beautiful song. And it can be sung by... It's one of those songs where the tone and key is perfect so that both men and women can sing it. Oh, it was a beautiful song. Yes, Christ is the God of Israel from Genesis to Revelation, says Logos Logistics. Absolutely correct. And you cannot say otherwise. Or rather, or even if you don't believe it, you got to acknowledge that to just, like, for many people, whether they're Jewish or if they're just non-Christians, or even many Christians who say it, to say that the modern Jewish religion has any kind of epistemic privilege. Like, I've seen it so many times when Christians will say, oh, well, I think... Even Christians will say, oh, well, I think Jews know how to read their Bible. It's literally their Bible. No, it's not, for one. Okay? It was the faith of Israel. And if you're a Christian, you believe that the faith of Israel was fulfilled in Christ. And the Christian faith is the true continuation of the faith of Israel. So to say that is to effectively deny that the Christian faith is true. To say that modern heretics have a special claim of interpretation over Holy Scripture is to say that their faith is actually the true one, not the Christian faith. And that's just flat out heresy. It's not true at all. Nice. You should do an Aramaic version of Miriam's song. I probably prefer Hebrew. That would probably be the language they go for. It'd be beautiful though, I reckon, if it can be done. I mean, the vocab of those languages is much more limited than the English language, which the movie and the songs are written in. But yeah, anyway, I actually performed that song in year 11. It was quite a great experience. So I had to push my vocal levels to new heights. I wasn't able to do it Logos says Psalm 2 speaks of God's anointed as king in Zion and God's son being begotten. Yeah, do what Luke Ranieri does. Oh, yeah, bro. But yeah, 100%. Psalm 2, bro. Psalm's so full of messianic imagery. And even if you're one of those guys who says, "Oh, well, it meant something else originally. It didn't. They weren't literally meaning that." Like you gotta see the fulfillment of Christ. The way Christ just fulfills all that is just absolutely unparalleled with any other figure in human history. But yeah, do what Luke Ranieri does with music if possible. 100%. I will do that. I really, really want to do it. Bro, Luke Ranieri, absolute legend. I'm using his audio recordings of Lingua Latina per se illustrata, which is, for those who don't know, it's like the Bible of learning Latin to a very proficient degree. Like you're actually able to converse in it. You can hear it. It's absolutely brilliant. So you're not just learning mere grammar. And this guy called Luke Ranieri, he's actually fluent in speaking Latin, which is nuts. Almost no one else in the world can do that. And he has audio recordings of countless Latin materials, including of that full book, Lingua Latina per se illustrata. And I'm using those alongside the book so I can build up my ability to hear. Not the best at it yet, but I'm getting there. I really think I'm getting there. It's really, really good. LLPSI is the best, says Logos. It says Logos. Absolutely, it is absolutely the best. I'm so happy I found it. And fun fact, I actually know a guy. So he's in one of the big Latin and ancient Greek learning discords. He's a guy. He lives in Sydney. I don't know exactly where, but in Sydney, my city. And he's actually making an ancient Greek version of LLPSI. I've seen it. It's an open source thing, constantly updating it, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. Like ancient Greek has nowhere near the materials for Latin, and the fact that there hasn't been like a real LLPSI for ancient Greek, I've known there's a couple, somewhat, but not really. They weren't really at the same like technical level of LLPSI, just in how it leads the reader so well and so fluidly. There wasn't really ever an equivalent. But this guy's making an actual, almost an exact equivalent. Look it up. It's LGPSI, or Lingua Greca per se illustrata. It's really good. I've taken a look at it myself. Paul, one day you can stream upon this block in ancient Greek, says Logos Logistics. But bro, I'll do you one better. Very much sooner. And Latin, Hebrew, etc. I was just about to say that, mate. Yes, I'm actually thinking very, very soon. Like once I think I have a basically capable level of Latin, then very basic stuff, so that I can at least give basic comments on what I'm doing, have basic conversation with the chat. Then I think I genuinely think if I really, really push my Latin hard enough, because I've kind of lapsed the past couple of days just because of other busyness. I think I could do it. I think I could actually... Ooh, hello, we've got a desert... I don't really want a desert village, though. I don't know. Okay, chat, first question. Are the desert people worth converting? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I want like a plains biome or a forest biome village so that, you know... Oh man, because it's just much better aesthetically. It's 1,000 times better. This is just sand. It's just sand and brushwood. I need to get some food. Oh my gosh, come on, get him. Oh, what a shot. What a beautiful shot. But yeah, I do plan very soon to begin streaming in Latin, which will be very fun. In fact, I could even test it out right now. Logos, amiche, ut vales odie. Blow the shofar and proclaim the message. Oh man, I'm getting very bad hunger. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I can't do this world. I can't deal with this world. I need a new world. I'm actually kind of sick of it. I can't deal with it. I can't. Sort of Babel, Egypt. Like that was, I've not ever gotten a worse, least aesthetic world than that. Fessusun. Fessusun. Kur tu es Fessus. Sort of Babel, Egypt. Survival, hard. Yep, good to go. Yep, proceed. Sorry again. I just can't think of a worse world than that. Oh dear. Oh man. Corcini, I didn't see a message. I'm sorry. He said make a church at least. Look, that would take some time investment, and I just didn't want to stick around there. Qui archivo non molto edo. Sick. Edo nimis. Edo nimis. Et kibun quem edo et what's the present fire? Kibun et edo at kibun quem edo non bonust. This is a much better world. Much better. Oh, look at these beautiful landscapes. All right. Okay, cool. We got some immediate food. I like that. This is a... Oh, you know what? Ooh. Please tell me there's a village nearby. I mean, you know what? This hill is like... Logos dicit intellego. Sick. Bene. This hill is really... It could be like one of those those mountains. Oh, the mountain. Please tell me there's a village down there somewhere, please. This could be like one of those big hilltop churches, you know? Like, I don't want to be too ambitious. I don't want to be too ambitious with my churches yet, because this is going to be like a pilot series, so not like too grandiose. But this could be a good spot. I think I'm going to mark this spot somehow. Logos dicit habio problema simile. Non intellego verbum simile. Non intellego. Non multa verba scio. Logos says a castle and a church. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. You know what though? Those mountains, far out. I think I'm just going to get some wood from here. I am definitely going to remember this spot. I am really hoping there's a village nearby. Because what I could do, I could build like a smaller church down at that village. Very nice looking church, but still a smaller one, more modest. And then I could build something more grand here, like a castle and a church. Similarly, same. Gratias. Nunc scio verbum simile. Adverb est. Intellego. This is a completely different person to help the algorithms. Yes, Jeff, a totally different Jeff from before. How are you, my man? Thank you for helping the algorithms. Oh, man, I love your help. Really, really means a lot. Bible Talk has just joined. Woo! Bible Talk, mate. How are you? What I'm doing right now, we're doing Minecraft, and as Corcini says, yes, we are speaking Latin. But right now, I'm scouting the world for a good place to build like a big church, but also I'm trying to find my first village to convert to the way of Allah, of Christ. Because Christ is Allah. I speak to my if I speak to my Arabic friends, they will say, yeah, Christ is Allah. I think the statement, I remember seeing these Orthodox Christians in Palestine. They had these posters, these like kind of like resistance posters, and it had that Islamic statement where they said there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet. And instead the poster said in Arabic, La ilaha illallah wa Yeshua al-Masih ibn Allah, which means there is no God but Allah and Christ is the Son of God. Absolutely based. I love it. It was the best thing when I heard it, and now it's just like it's just one of my hand-picked personal mottos. It's good stuff. Really is good stuff. Shout out to all our Arabic Christians, especially those in those really bad regions right now. God bless you all. You are the great example to all of us. It really is great. Christ is Allah, Allahu Akbar. That is right. That is indeed correct. I remember Logos. I remember watching this really good doco. I think it made the rounds around like the online ortho community. So I think you may have seen it as well. This documentary on this Lebanese Orthodox monastery, like 30 minutes, and it just showed their daily life and all that. And before their meal and their prayers, they actually just straight up say Allahu Akbar, because like it is understandably like it's mostly a thing Muslims say, but at least as far as I'm aware, Orthodox Lebanese Christians say it as well. So yeah, it's actually a thing. Got to get that on a t-shirt. I wish, but in my area, that could start something. Just to put it lightly. Bible Talk says, how many languages do you know? I mean, I wouldn't say I know other languages per se, in the sense that I can like comfortably talk in them. I know a fair amount of technical knowledge of ancient Greek. My vocab isn't the best, but I'm quite comfortable with reading the Bible. That's where most of my vocab is. Even a little bit on a conversational level. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any villages here done. But I am definitely getting much better. I've just started Latin, and with the good materials and strategies I've found, I'm getting much more proficient of it pretty much by the day. I mean, as long as I keep up with it regularly, I'd say probably by the week I'm getting much better with Latin. So I reckon, given a short amount of time, I'll be able to say that I know Latin, even if only at a basic level. So yeah, I just found a neat. Logos says, yeah, Arab Christians know what's up. And my buddy Jeff says, I just found a beer named Patriarchy. Bro, okay, I want to find that. I hope they have it here in Australia. I really want that. Patriarchy. I love that. That's so good, bro. Buy a whole case, man, and like ship me half the case if you can. I'll please. Jeff says that needs to be the name of a Christian bakery. Absolutely, we need to make that. Let's make that happen. I'll find some disillusioned Christian workers at Baker's Delight and say, hey, do you want to open a patriarchal bakery? It's a bakery, but patriarchal. What does it mean for a bakery to be patriarchal? Well, maybe we have like the biblical patriarchs like stamped on the cover or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get over this mountain. Oh dear. Oh well. That needs to be the Christian. Bible Talk says you should release your Latin strats. I want to learn. Absolutely. I'll do that. D-Claw Brewery, says Jeff. Okay, that's awesome. I'm gonna look up patriarchy. I hope. I seriously hope some bottle shop around me has it, because that would be just so good, so sick. But yeah, I think I will. I'll probably explain, like maybe in a few minutes. I'll explain like the resources I have, what strategies I use. It's really good stuff. Far out, this is all ice up here. Far out, that's crazy. Oh, is it ocean all around? Really? That sucks. Okay, I need a village. I want a village. Maybe there'll be one further down there. I mean, I was considering before this, maybe I'll make a world and make sure it's optimal so we can get on it right away. But I guess like I thought, you know what? Nah, the journey's part of it, you know, where like the missionaries of old, we're journeying through the unknown wilderness and finding random peoples and converting them to the way of Christ. Absolutely what we need to do. Logos kudos says, kudos to Paul for having the courage to utter Latin words while live streaming. Gratias tibiabeo. Gratias. Et rursus non verba muta scio. Sed what's the word? Sed disco muta verba. Yeah, every day. Oh man. But question for any LLPSI fans out there. Num Marcus probus puer est. Puer probus est. Bible Talk says, I'm not going to lie, I haven't touched Greek in a month or two because it's so hard to learn alone with no teacher, but I really don't want to lose my mind. Yeah, nah, bro, I'm mad sympathize. You know, I can possibly help you with that. There's good stuff for Greek as well. I 100% sympathize. Without a teacher, ancient Greek is ridiculous. It is ridiculously hard. Like, you can do it. It's definitely possible. I've done it, but it is very, very hard. And you've got to have consistent resources and strategies. Otherwise, if you lose track of what you're doing, then you'll flounder really hard. But Latin is much easier to learn on your own. It's although it's obviously best to have someone to learn with you, because like that's how you can get on the conversational level. Yeah, that's why I'm still trying to. I'm getting a bunch of my mates into Latin so that I can have some convo partners over time. Logos dicit Marcus est nimus improbus. Correct. Bonum o loge. No. Nomen tibi o loge o logos. Latine est verbum. Verbum est nomen tibi. Ergo voco tibi. Verbe, salve, verbe. Oh wow, that is beautiful. Okay, guys, no mods here. This is the latest. This is an experimental snapshot of the latest Minecraft update. That is beautiful. That is actually beautiful. It's almost nighttime. I should have killed some sheep for wool. Maybe there's sheep over here. That is a beautiful sight. Far out. Verbus nomen mihi. Bene. Oh dear, I'm hungry. I am very hungry, and it's nighttime. I need to eat raw. I need to eat some. Actually, no. I can get a furnace going. Darn it. Should have taken that bonus chest. Oh well. This is what it means to be a man. Hardship comes up, you gotta work beside it. Credo verbus vocativum. Verbum esne verbum vocativum. Okay. Well, I'm gonna fact check you. JPal says would be great to start building a church nearby. I mean, look, it's like I'm wanting to build a church at a village, so like, because I don't want to be in the into the middle of nowhere. You know, it's got to be like a church. You know, it's got to be around the body of Christ, which will be the villages anytime soon. Oh yeah. While we're cooking here. Sic verbus neutrum logos. Reform the church in the villages. I can do that. Yeah, 100%. Logos says verbum non est generis masculini. True that. No, that's true. Fair enough. Okay, cool. The more you know. Thank you, Logos. All right, got a pork chop. All right, there should be enemies spawning in like any second now. Yeah, let's make sure the difficulty is actually... Yep, cool, it's on hard. In fact, you know what? I'm a man, let's lock it. Lock difficulty. Boom, that's right, can't change it. All right. Oh, yes, I can make stone swords while I'm at it. All right. Ooh, street speed, Minecraft speed running. And unlike Dream, I don't cheat. only real Minecraft gamers understand that reference. Let's get that axe happening. Axe, boom. How's it going? Ooh, my phone is running nice and hot. JPal, yes. Corcini says, hopefully those villagers won't be worshipping Molech again. Bible Talk says, all the Latin I know are theology terms, bruh. That's a good start. That's a great start right there. You'll probably pick those easy then. But yes, Corcini, 100%. Hopefully they're not worshipping Molech. Otherwise, I will, without hesitation, wipe out that village. That is simply the law of God. That is the way of God. I cannot change it. Okay, yep, they're all spawning now. Let's get this coal. Just a couple pieces of it should be enough, yep. That's all I can get. And it's really, really dark. I can barely see. I just need some sheep. All I need to do... Oh, crap, I hear that zombie. Oh, it's a baby zombie. That's even worse. Oh, stuff that. I'm out. Catch ya. And that's a normie zombie. Alright. Okay. There's a sheep there, and there's two zombies here. Speed strats. Let's go. Alright. Bobbing and weaving, boys. I'm bobbing and weaving. Orare equals to pray. That's right. I hear it quite a bit. Hang on, I've got to pause because there's enemies around me. Domine equals oh Lord. That's right. Logos non nobis domine equals not to us. Oh, I love that song. That from the movie King Henry V, I believe. But yeah, that song. It's a great song. No. It's a psalm. I know it's a psalm, but yeah, the movie song is awesome. Non nobis domine domine. Non nobis domine. Sed nomine tuo da gloriam. I am running from the evil mobs. I am getting shot by arrows. I'm about to die. Unless I have the strats. Let me pause to read the chat. Recte. Blood 5 says, where's the reformed sheep priest? What? I don't get that reference at all. Logo says Rex Henricus Quintus. Yep, that's right. King Henry V. Bible says you should make vids creating Latin and Greek learning plans. Not going to lie. I mean, look, my thing is that I want to make content that's like either uncommon, that's like people need, there's a demand for it, or even if it's just niche, but like hasn't been done very common. There is so much stuff out there already. I'll be able to tell you about it soonish, but right now I've got to focus hard. Bible Talk says that was beautiful. Thank you very. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you very much, mate. I do like my singing. Far out. Where is it? It's actually very hard to navigate now with this latest update. Debete se sed nomini tuo da gloriam. That's right. Yeah, sorry. Yes, that's right. Sed nomini. I was not correct with that. But yes, other than that, that was beautiful. Babel Talk says just below the beatific vision. Pogoretsky, hello, welcome to the game. So this is a I know Latin show off chat. I mean, mate, this is only the beginning of it, man. This isn't even even the full one. Like, I'm planning to actually stream fully and properly in Minecraft in Latin. Oh crap! Let me move. So this is only a taste of it, my man. Otherwise, it's still mostly English. But yeah, my man Logos here. I don't know. Maybe Logos, if you feel like that'd be awesome. Like, if you know enough Latin as well, you probably are more advanced than me. You've been doing this much longer. So like, hey, if you got Minecraft, if you want to collab, join me, multiplayer Minecraft Latin streaming. That'd be pretty sick, eh? More ocean. Are you kidding? There's a spider right behind me. Speed strats. Taking plenty of damage. That's okay. Oh, right there. I don't want to fight just because it's just a bit of a waste of time, and I don't have a shield, so it's a bit risky. Okay. Logo says, no problem, Paul. The people who sing the song pronounce it wrong, so it wasn't you. Yeah, that's true. I was mainly relying on that. I wasn't consciously doing the corrections as I normally would. Jeff Robinson, I miss singing. Yes, you did. Playback afterwards. Logo says, yes, I'll try to talk Latin in Minecraft. Oh, legend. Bible Talk says, how long have you been going in Latin? Just a few weeks now. Just a few weeks. Yeah, and it's great. It's great. It really is great. Pogoretsky says, does Minecraft have Latin language in translations? Oh, it does. It does, and that's why I absolutely love it. And I'll be playing it in that translation once I do Latin streaming. Logo says, I got Minecraft Java. Perfect, bro. Perfect. This is Minecraft Java here. We're set. We're going to make it happen. I reckon we call up sometime and then we try out some just like basic Latin combos when I feel like I'm at a decent level. Test it out, see how long we can go for, how much we can say, yeah, see if it goes well. Then we can get that happening. That'd be awesome. That'd be really, really awesome. Far out, beautiful landscapes there. How much wool do I have? Not much at all. Are any sheep? No. I just want to skip the night, man. I just want to skip the night. I'm going to swim to the other side anyway because I think there might be a plains biome there and thus a village. Bible Talk says, what pronunciation do you use for Greek? So I mainly use reconstructed Koine by a linguist called Randall Booth, but I'm considering switching over to this system, to the Lucian system by Luke Ranieri, just by looking at evidence and seeing if it works well, especially since it's like a bit closer to the classical pronunciation. So I'm using Randall Booth normally, the reconstructed Koine. That's my main one. Logos says, yes, let's practice perfect. Let's make it happen. This will be fun. It'll be very, very fun. When's the sun coming up? Far out, this sucks. This is a beautiful spot. That is really a beautiful spot. I just hope there's a village nearby somewhere. Okay, sun's coming up. I can see the glare. That's good. That's very, very good. This is a meadow biome. Meadow biomes are beautiful. They really are. I use Erasmian. Don't flame me. No judgment. No judgment. To each their own. Other than the fact that it's inferior. But hey, no judgment. Just as long as you know it's inferior. Far out. And you can see... Hang on. You can see that magma block down there. Look how deep the water goes. It's awesome. Really, really awesome. Okay, daytime's coming up. This is good. Good, yes. Very good. As the wise old Gandalf would say. Please tell me there's a village near here. This is such a good spot. You better build a Chick-fil-A in that village. Bro, I didn't even think of that. I'm definitely doing that now. Thank you for that idea. Oh, look at that. That's a cool overhang. But yeah, 100%. I'll do that as well. 100%. Chick-fil-A. That is the Lord's chicken right there. And by my decree, that is the only fast food joint allowed there. Oh, man, this is a nice spot. Far out. I swear there better be a village nearby. There must be. Spectre says, can we divorce on orthodoxy? Serious question. Well, I'm not Eastern Orthodox. I'm not. So I'm not the one to ask for that. I think Logos. I don't know. I don't know Logos. I don't want to call you out here, but like Logos is our resident Orthodox here right now, so he's probably a better person to answer that question. Logos does say yes, but divorce is not an easy thing to do in Orthodoxy. Okay, there you go. There you go. But yes, for those who do not know, I am a Bendigosdal with reformed leanings. I know, shocking, eh? It's pretty great. Chick-fil-A in a local Minecraft catechism. I have actually floated the idea that I'll make like a catechism for my villages that I convert. And I might ask viewer opinions. Okay, what's our official belief on this? What's our official belief on that? And I'm really thinking... I might, because I definitely want to do collabs in this very series here with other friends. So like this English series, where I'll play the game with them and they can join this very world. And one of them in particular, one of my friends, he's very like, he's Roman Catholic. He's very traditionalist. But he's very strongly Republican in his political views. I don't mean Republican Party. I mean like he believes in like Republican form of government. He really doesn't like monarchy and all that. So I feel like bringing him... I don't know if you're watching right now, my buddy, but because you know who you are if you're watching. But I really feel like bringing him on and then just annoying the heck out of him by making like the most authoritarian constitution in the world. Because us and our other friends in our mutual circle of friends, we always make fun of him for like... always talking about constitutions and stuff. Oh, constitution this, constitution that. Because countries need to have constitutions. So I feel like making a constitution, that'll make them happy. But then the constitution will just be like the most totalitarian constitution in human history. Corchini, interesting. I never heard of someone being Pentecostal and Reform leaning. Now you have, buddy. Welcome. We exist. Hashtag recognize us. Logos says, I used to be Pentecostal who also believed in double predestination. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's why I need to say to everyone watching, become Bendigosdal. Become. Bro, we have living prophets, bro. I reckon that's pretty cool, eh? We have living prophets. You can join. Ooh, that's a nice cave. Might explore that. if there's a village here. Otherwise, I'm not going to be firmly planting myself here. Now, at this point, I don't care what kind of village I get, even if it's very small, because the great thing with Minecraft is that you can actually expand villages. If you build like a house, something that meets the definition of a house, and villagers recognize it, and you build a bed in there, it'll make the place more vacant, and you can kind of, how would I say it? You can give villagers food, and they'll breed. And yeah, that's how you can expand villages in Minecraft. It's quite a nifty feature. Oh, packed. Oh no, that is not good. That is not good. Oof, that was close. Okay. J-Power, I'm already Pentecostal. That's right, man. Fellow Penny gang. Your denomination fits in the branch of Christendom. Your fits on which branch of Christendom? Protestantism? Yeah, we'd be under the Protestant umbrella. Although I would say there are heretical there are very heretical Pentecostals out there, mostly in like the very hardcore Word of Faith people, who I would not even brand Protestant. Like not merely because they're heretical, but because like the way they almost treat their own proclaimed senses of prophecy, basically in some cases it has been used to totally trump the authority and twist scripture, to the point where I would say that they're no longer following a basic Protestant tenet, sola scriptura. So those Protestants exist. Best example I'm aware of, Brian Simmons, who made the Passion Translation. It's actually he's said on like public, like Christian, major Christian channel, Sid Roth, It's Supernatural. He straight up says that he was told in a vision by an angel and by Christ himself, and then also this angel called Passion, to actually make the Passion Translation, and that it will bring out the true meaning of the scriptures that others just never saw, which is absolutely shocking. Paul Goretsky says, I'm a gay, reformed, charismatic socialist. I hope you're joking when you say that. I really, really do. I seriously hope you're joking. If you're not, then we're not going to have a fun time. I mean, hey, you're more than welcome to stay, but just saying, if you're actually being serious when you say that, don't expect me to accommodate your beliefs. Okay. Whew. Banhammer avoided. I was going to direct you to my first videos to my first big videos in this channel. Still my most popular videos, responding to a couple of apologists for sodomy. They're still my best, just in terms of craftsmanship. I think they're really, really good. I want to make it those kinds of videos where they're very academic yet also very memey. That kind of combined memey and academic format is the best for like video responses to heretics. So that's I want to make another one of those sometime. They're really good, really, really popular. Still not a village in sight, and we're almost an hour in him. Logos Logistics says, yeah, Brian Simmons' story makes me sad. Matt Bell, lol. Hello, Matt Bell. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely day or night, depending where you are. It is a nice and beautiful morning here in Australia. Beautiful landscapes. Still no villages. I am sad. I am very, very sad. J Powell says, I've heard so much of the Passion Translation is very controversial. Yeah, it is, man. It is. And it's not good. You, like, if you're reading it purely out of curiosity, like, cool. But you should never, in my opinion, you should avoid it like the plague for Bible reading and devotionals and all that. It twists scripture so badly. Paul Gretzky said, I love these videos. The Minecraft skit of Sodom and Gomorrah made my week. Hey, mate, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much. It's never good. It's like you shouldn't laugh at your own jokes, but when I made that video, I was peeing myself just rewatching it. Still one of my greatest pieces of art, in my humble opinion. Matt Bell, hey, from Canberra. Hey, Canberra. That's sad. Oh, a canyon. What's it like down there? Do you guys have a mad lockdown over there as well? I haven't checked up with you guys, because New South Wales is basically another socialist republic alongside Victoria at the moment. But how's Canberra going? I hope you guys are faring a little bit better than us, at least. Hope your tyrants aren't as tough with the boot on the neck. Matt Bell, lol, yep. Logos says, "G'day, Aussies." Yeah, mate. Yeah, bro. I want to make sure I'm not just Aussie, right? I'm Wog. I'm proper Wog. On my mum's side. So that's why I reference Lebanese stuff a lot, because I am, in fact, Lebanese. These are beautiful landscapes. Far out. This is actually in Minecraft. This isn't a mod. And apologies if you're noticing a little bit, just a little bit of lower frame rates. Because like I've got a good GPU, 2070 Super, but it's not like the most OP thing. That, but also it's not even my GPU. It's like Minecraft Java is just by default notoriously unoptimized, and this is an experimental snapshot. So like some degree of frame drops is to be expected. The fact that I'm able to keep up these frames while streaming, I think that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, no, lockdowns are crazy in Canberra. Yeah, sad. From America, parents are Russian, but are Protestants. Oh, your parents are based, bruh. Your parents are very based. G'day, 11 times. 11 times. What is it? Ladies and gentlemen, do you see that? Do you see that? That is a village. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a village. That is a village of unbelievers we are about to conquer for Christ. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. Before I go there, I want to get some stuff. I want to get myself prepped. Okay, we are good. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But now, more accurately, Logos, it is good day, Wogs. Let the Minecraft Reformation begin. Alhamdulillah. As I believe Christian Lebs would say as well. I hope. Do you plan on opening a Minecraft server for Wii U subscribers to enter and do stuff? You know what? I never thought of that. I haven't thought of that. Like, I definitely don't have the capabilities now. Just because hosting costs money, you know? That's a really good idea. I'll have to come back to that in the future. I am planning. I'd have to consider whether it's subs or like contributors, because I'm planning at some point, possibly soon, like open up a Patreon or something, just because like I've been planning for a long time. I want to basically make this like a part-time job for myself, so I can be really, really dedicated to it, because otherwise I'm wanting to get teaching work. But given the mandatory vax stuff that they're putting in here, schools aren't in right now, but once they come back in early November in Australia, teachers have to be double vaxxed, which is going to be bad for me because I don't have a teaching job yet. I haven't had one yet. But I'm going to be precluded from getting one because on principle I refuse to get the needle. So, yeah. Pogoretsky says, maybe make it a Patreon perk. Yeah, I'm genuinely thinking that. I think that's a good idea, because what I would do, I would like make videos and streams on that server. And yeah, and like my Patreon subs, they'd be in it. They'd be able to get in on the live, have some fun. Okay, sheep, I need meat and I need wool. Oh, that's a baby sheep. Don't need that. All right, cool. Let's make a bed. Man, I'm genuinely considering that. Should I open a Patreon? I think I should. I'm wanting to, just to make that side income. I'll be able to do that. So even if I don't get teaching work for a good long while, I'll at least have some kind of income, because I'll tell you right now, like flipping government university student assistance is non-existent. Like, I don't expect it to be great, because I'm personally against government welfare itself, but I'm taking advantage of it as long as I can, and of course to relieve financial strain off my parents, so I'll get that. And yeah, Logo says I'll teach Latin in Minecraft. Start a server and invite channel members to reform as many churches as possible. That is a beautiful idea. I'll teach Latin in Minecraft, says Logos. Spectre says cool. Logos says teaching Latin in Minecraft might have similar languages to teaching Latin IRL. Yes, I actually looked that up once. There's a channel called Magistercraft, and he made a Minecraft Latin server, but it's with a ton of mods that include NPCs that are like speaking in Latin, like in the game text. Like I've checked it. There's like no one on it, but you can learn Latin via the NPCs and all that. So that's cool. But I reckon a vanilla Minecraft server where people like teach ancient languages among other activities, that would be really cool. That's a great idea, Logos. Spectre says, from what I understand, you respect Orthodoxy, but does not respect Roman Catholicism. Why, Papism? I don't not in terms of me thinking that in my opinion, Orthodoxy has serious errors in the gospel, that's my major criticism. And I mostly interact with Roman Catholic apologists in my history. So it might seem like that way, but I greatly respect, there are many Roman Catholics who I do greatly respect. Pretty much all of my best mates, IRL, are very traditionalist Roman Catholics. And we have a realistic understanding of each other. We both stand by our convictions. I respect it insofar as it makes true and good observations. Well, this is awkward. I can't think of it. I'm kidding. But yeah, there's lots of language categories study you can get from Roman Catholicism and from Orthodoxy. I believe that's very good and enriching. I personally love the Orthodox emphasis on the mystery and the lived nature of the faith, and how Protestants believe this. A lot of Orthodox apologists and believers make the mistake that with sola fide, for example, it's purely intellectual. You just have a raw intellectual belief and you're saved. And they'll emphasize that, yes, it's faith, but it's accompanied by good works and it's a lived faith and all. We actually agree with that. Many Orthodox seem to miss that with Prots. It's like we just have a conceptual distinction between the faith alone, which saves, and then like the actual lived results of such faith, which is necessary. I hope I didn't ramble a bit much there. But anyway, brothers and sisters, we have a village. It's a very nice and picturesque spot. So we're going to convert it. Alhamdulillah. Oh, yes, they got a furnace. That means there's going to be a chest with some goodies in it. Logos Logistics says, I'll apply to be a Latin instructor in your Minecraft Academia server. Brother, you're awesome. I love you, Logos. You're awesome. This could be awesome. Okay, cool. We got some bread and apples. Yay. No diamonds, no iron swords, no... Okay, cool. Whatever. Okay, brothers and sisters, we need a good spot for a church. I am going to scout. Well, I'm going to build my own personal house as well. But first and foremost, we need a good spot for a church. Somewhere high up, somewhere prominent. Question is where... Ooh. I'm thinking. I want it to be visible to the whole village. I got 8 viewers. I love this. Hello to everyone. Anyone who hasn't chatted, anyone who hasn't spoken on the live chat, please do. Hello. We're all fam here. We're all fam. We're all friends. It's great. I want a good spot for a church, but where? You know what? It's quite nice and flat up there and prominent. Or over... Ooh, I have an idea. Okay, I have a mad idea. Pogreski says, pull a Calvin and maybe burn a few villages if they don't comply. I mean... well... Okay, do I have any flint and steel? I need to get that. I'll make that a priority. I'll get some flint and steel and a lava bucket. Okay, mad idea. I build like a really cool stone bridge to that island and I build a church on there. Only a small church, but a church. How does that... What do you guys think of that? I think that's a pretty mad idea. You guys let me know. But whatever your opinion, I don't care. I think I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, let's get this happening. Any trees over there? Yes, there's trees on that island. Perfect. Oh god, nope. See ya. That was close. That's awesome. Can't wait for public release of 1.18. Terrain generation is to die for. Absolutely. It absolutely is. Matt says, a narrow bridge. Haha. Hey, I understood that reference. I mean, realistically though, I'll probably make it like 3 blocks wide. Not including the fence guards. Now, how do I get up here? Oh, I should have just built a bridge straight up. Whatever. Ah, right. Okay. Now, this is going to be an awesome church. Now we've got to discuss aesthetic. What kind of aesthetic should I be going for? I'm thinking like a quaint, typical, triangular-ish chapel style that you see in many Catholic churches and old school Presbyterian churches. Stuff like that. But what do you guys think? You tell me. What will be a good church design? Oh, it's a bit thin. Oh, but this could work. I think this could work. Yeah. Paul Goretzky, be the bridge. Logo says drums in the deep. Paul Goretzky, thoughts on James White? Hey, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of James White. Sorry others who aren't of the persuasion, but I am. I mean, I don't think he's infallible. I think he does make errors here and there. I genuinely do, all right? On text criticism issues particularly, I've seen him make quite a number of errors. Other than that, though, I really do enjoy his content. He could be a bit full on at times. Think a great guy otherwise. And I think his defenses of monergism, of monergistic theology, are quite impeccable, in my opinion. Yeah. What am I doing? I should get a shovel. So I'm thinking. So this level I'm standing on, this could be the level. I'm thinking I'll flatten a bunch of this terrain, and it'll let me make a half decent church. Although now I'm kind of second guessing because it will be a bit thin still. Logo says looks like it needs to be a pillar. What do you mean by that? I don't. No comprendo, friend. I don't know. It's on one hand it's a bit thin. On the other hand, I think I could make it work, but it would be a small church. It'd be. Actually, no. It would actually be pretty decent size. Yeah. Imagining it in my head now. Yeah, I could just fill up a little bit of dirt. Yeah, this could work. Okay, you know what? I'm committing. I don't care. I'm committing. If I encounter any issues along the way, I'm going to work around them. That's what a man does. He doesn't whine about his circumstances and try to change things. He finds issues, finds a way to work around them. That's my tea. Still got tea? Oh, darn. Looks like it needs to be a pillar. There was a kidnapping in my local county. He finally woke up. Laugh track. Massive laugh track. A tall, thin a tall, thin pillar for me to live on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of that practice. Probably not. Okay, now I want to think. So what I want to do, I want to eventually make books and quills and give them to villagers, and they'll have the Bible in them. Like, not the full text, but I'm thinking I'll encode because I think you can do this in vanilla Minecraft, that you can embed links into text in Minecraft books, and when you click them, it opens it up to a certain link. I think you can do that. And if you can do that, I'll be able to link it to like Bible Hub and to any Bible version I want. So the question becomes, what Bible version are we going to give these villagers? And thus, what will be the official Bible version of my caliphate? Christian kingdom. Logo says, spend your life in prayer and contemplation, rely on God for water and food. Yeah, look. I'm genuinely not a fan of that practice. Disagree all you want, that's fine. I'm genuinely not a fan of it. Because ultimately the Christian service, like if the Christian service is ultimately outward rendered, personal piety, 100% super important, but it is ultimately rendered towards service to God, and that in turn towards the world, towards your neighbor and all that. So I'm really, when I've read those stories about like those saints who would sit on top of the pillars, for like personal, for like reasons of personal piety, rely on God for sustenance and all that. I'm not a fan of that, because they could be using their clearly intense faith. They could be using that for really intense service and evangelism and things like that. That's just my take. That's why. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a circumstance where someone may deem it necessary, but I personally can't see it. I'm not a fan of that practice. Logos says, what language do they speak? Can they read? They speak That's their language. I just said John 1:1 in their language of those grunts. But presumably they'll be able to speak English. I mean, we're going to have to kind of rely on that. Paul Gates says, replace the village well with a baptismal pool. Now that is an idea. Is there a well? I can't see a well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Well, night time's upon us, and now I can sleep. KJV is aesthetic. Cool. So we've got to vote for KJV. What else? Does anyone have any other Minecraft Bible translation suggestions they want to throw in? Oof, my phone is running really hot. HSV, standard version. Also not Holden. NASB is kind of awkward. At points it can be, yeah. Okay. So just terraforming. What I'm doing now, I'm just terraforming to flatten the land, get a good base for the church. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, this is looking pretty nice. Flatten a little bit more here, and then I think we'll be good to go. I'll just first build a basic bridge to the village. What I'll do, I'll build just a basic, I don't know, dirt bridge or whatever over to the village, and then that'll be like the spine, and then I'll just replace it with stone bricks for like a proper bridge. NASB is very literal, I heard. Yep, you're correct. Logos, common English version is easy to understand, but seems less relevant. Yep, okay. Far out. We're going hard on these version translations. I personally like the New English translation, partially because of the translation itself, because it's a dynamic equivalence translation, so it doesn't go exact word for word, but it doesn't go like the message tier either. So it's like, it's trying to get the true literal sense of the text, but it will change up the syntax and wording a little bit just to make it more sensible for proper English. But most importantly is that it is stupidly filled with technical notes on translation, on manuscript issues, stuff like that. Translators' notes. It's actually brilliant. Like, I disagree with quite a few of them, but it's still an absolute treasure trove, just the information they give you. It's actually incredible. Paul Goretsky, Hawaiian Pigeon is amazing. I think I've seen that one. That one's funny. Paul Goretsky, I use NIV and NKJV for study. Yeah, that's good. That's a respectable choice. For personal study, I use Greek and Hebrew. A not so subtle flex on my part. I've got like maybe I'll turn my camera around in a second, but like my library, I have a whole shelf dedicated to original language Bibles. Well, one of the Bibles there is my NET Bible because it's very scholarly in my opinion, and I've also got a Latin Vulgate. But just looking there now, I've got two Greek Septuagints, one with English on the other side. I've got 3 Hebrew Old Testaments, and one of them actually has a Hebrew New Testament as well. And I've got 4 full Greek New Testaments, each of different editions. And I've got a pseudo facsimile, so like a kind of exact copy, but not really, of Codex Vaticanus for the Gospels specifically. And then I've got my Latin Vulgate. Cortini says, nice. Paul Goretsky says, Russian translations tend to be very liberal. Pretty liberal, unfortunately. Oh, that's a shame. Unsolved Files. Hey, my man. Good to see ya. All good if I just say your first name. I mean, that was your channel name already. Big deal. Hey, Tommy. How are you, Tommy? A Goy for Jesus says, I've entered for chat. Hey, welcome back, my man. Welcome back. Cortini says, where will be one start learning Koine Greek? Okay, I think I'll start explaining this now. So, if you have your Google with you, this will be very helpful. Just look up, like, don't actually follow a link, but just look up on Google koinegreek.com. So 2 sites, koinegreek.com and the Biblical Language Center. So koinegreek.com is a ancient Greek. What am I doing? I'm supposed to replace this. Is an ancient Greek like learning website specifically by a Koine Greek like speaker, pretty much, and scholar Benjamin Paul Cantor. And he has a bunch of audio materials and Bible materials for Koine Greek, and in collaboration with the Biblical Language Center. So that's the second guys you should look up. They actually have a proper dedicated course in a similar vein to Lingua Latina, but it's in a cartoon form. So what they do is they actually have... yeah, it's good enough. They actually have a full cartoon that they've released. It's it's expensive, but it's very worth it from what I see. That's entirely in Koine Greek, and you learn it by exposure. You learn it just by listening along, by watching the cartoon, seeing what happens, and you learn to pick up the language naturally. So that's what they've got. That's some good material I've seen. So remember to look that up. KoineGreek.com, Benjamin Paul Cantor, and Biblical Language Center. So look those up. Those are very good resources. Logos says, learn Koine by watching and listening to Koine media like Paul's suggesting. That's right. That's a very good way. It'll take you a while, but you'll eventually get there in terms of understanding it. Now, the second suggestion is to look up LGPSI, or Lingua Graeca Per Se Illustrata. I'll actually type it in the chat right now. Lingua Graeca Per Se Illustrata. And it's by a guy called The Petrologist. And it's open source. He's constantly updating it. But it's basically Lingua Latina Per Se Illustrata, but for Koine Greek. So it's extremely good. It's fantastic for being able to acquire the language naturally. So those are some great resources for the language that you can pick up. Now, of course, if you want technical grammar stuff, I'd say I'm looking at my Greek textbooks now. So really good ones for grammar. What's the first one called? Someone's called Going Deeper Greek. Hang on, I'm just going to pause for 1 second. Beginning with New Testament Greek. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, okay, so there's two textbooks. One called Beginning with New Testament Greek. So I'll type these in now. Mounts is very good. So Mounts, very recently, his Basics of Biblical Greek 4th edition came out. So I'll type that in now. Basics of Biblical Greek 4th edition. And then there's also these other two textbooks that are very good because, and Mounts is similar to this, but these other two textbooks that are very good. I'll type them in now. Beginning with New Testament Greek. And then the second one is Going Deeper with New Testament Greek. And how those textbooks function, they're proper grammars, and they include each chapter, common words from the New Testament that you can memorize. Don't pay the biggest amount of attention to that, because the best way to take vocab is by naturally reading and acquiring it and internalizing it naturally. But how they structure it is that it's basically a grammar you can actually read through. So most grammars are mostly referenced, so they're very technical. It's not something you can read. But the way these textbooks work is that you can actually read them and you come to understand it. You come to understand grammar concepts through a very easy, readable format. So they're very, very helpful in that way. So those are very good grammars you can get as well. But look, oh crap, that's a creeper. Oh dear. No, I've got him. Hang on. That's the strat there. You sprint to push him back very far. Okay, I think maybe a couple hits should do it. One. Woo! There we go. Okay, I definitely need to torch this place up. Anyway, so your primary means of learning should be, in my opinion, and in my experience, the kind of natural method materials that are suggested. So like Lingua Graeca Per Se Illustrata, and the stuff at KoineGreek.com and the Biblical Language Center, especially the cartoon they release for learning Koine Greek naturally. But the Biblical Language Center also has these other courses, I think, and that you can do over Zoom for learning Koine Greek in a conversational manner. So those are just more or less some resources I highly recommend. Very, very highly recommend. Okay, so we've got an idea of the bridge level. Methinks. Okay, so what I'll do, I think the bridge will start here, and then I'll just have a staircase down onto the level there. But it might block the view of the church a little bit. Let's bring this down a little bit. Well, who cares? Who cares? It's a starter bridge, whatever. It's good enough. So what we want to do, I'm thinking for the church aesthetic. I'm thinking white clay. So I'm thinking, because in Minecraft, white clay. White terracotta. White terracotta. Is, what was that? It's not purely white, but like kind of like a creamish color, like a kind of creamish color, which is basically the aesthetic you get from many ancient churches, including like Eastern churches in particular. So it's a very nice look. The only issue though is getting a decent looking roof. It's very difficult to actually find an okay material for the roof. So I'm thinking maybe that, maybe sandstone. I don't know. I would like suggestions. Paul Gretzky says, anoint and make a new zombie villages by throwing potions of weakness in them when you get the chance. Yeah, okay. I remember you can save villager zombies. Is it really a potion of weakness? I don't remember. Logos Logistics, read the NT. 100%. No, 100%. Yes, reading. Make sure you're reading. Make sure you're actually reading while you're learning your language. Like New Testament especially, excellent example. But the big mistake they make in many colleges today where they teach Greek, or at least Koine Greek, is they make the mistake of restricting it only to the New Testament. You should not do that because you're really handicapping your learning there. I learned that the hard way. So do try to expand your corpus. There's other good materials you can read, like for example, like the early church fathers, especially the apostolic fathers. Like I've got this right here, the apostolic fathers Greek and English texts. I don't know if you can see it right now, but that's what it is, 3rd edition, and includes side-by-side Greek and English texts of the earliest church fathers we have, whose writings we have. So it's very, very good. I use that for learning my Koine as well. They're very helpful, especially Ignatius' letters. I've used them. And the Didache, they're very easy to read, well, mostly. Adobe White. Not sure what that is. Yeah, not sure. Still thinking of a material. Guys, what material do I use for this church? Or materials, what look do I go for? Because it's actually kind of hard. This is annoying. Okay, I think, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with just making a basic house for myself. Oh, crap, let's get that bed, actually. Let me get my bed back. Just so I have a basic place to like store stuff, materials, and all that stuff. Paul Goretzky, heard of Michael Heiser? Yes, I have. He's very interesting fella. Yeah, his stuff on like divine counsel in the Old Testament, quite brilliant stuff. Didache is a very nice bridge from NT to the Fathers in terms of... Yeah, no, I agree. I reckon New Testament, Didache, and then Ignatius, for example. Because Ignatius is definitely more technical. Not like insanely so, but definitely, yeah, more technical in terms of language and that. In terms of being able to be understood. Okay, you know what? You guys give me less than a minute. Give me less than a minute. I need to get some water because my throat is just far out. So, 1 minute. Even better. Forgot I had this in the fridge. I got water too, but love me some mother from the servo. Oh man, that flavor is sweet. Oh wow. Grey concrete, perhaps. Maybe I'll see. Dida Heiser has battling cancer. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's sad. I've seen that. I really hope it gets through. His stuff is fantastic. I mean, look, even if the Lord decides to take him home very soon, the stuff he's released is absolutely fantastic. He's made an impact. But I really do pray he gets over it. I've been listening to his podcast recently, only on episode 77. Maybe I should listen to it a little bit more. I've listened to his episode on the Kenite hypothesis, where secular scholars claim that the cult of Yahweh. So that's the technical term. It's not pejorative. It just means the worship system of Yahweh. They hypothesize that the cult of Yahweh actually existed with this southern people called the Kenites, and then eventually they migrated down from near Egypt, I believe, and then Israel encountered them, took their religion, and slandered them in the scriptures and killed them and all that. That's a very basic gloss of the theory, but Michael Heiser did an episode on that, and it's a very common hypothesis, very mainstream. And he was basically commenting on how it's silly because it exposes just how presuppositionally charged secular scholars tend to be in the Old Testament field. Like they're trying to find a contrary. They're actively trying to find contrarian theories, specifically that contradict the biblical narrative. They're trying to find excuses to say, oh, see, the biblical authors just made this stuff up, blah, blah, blah. And he was basically saying, like, the evidence, and the evidence they appeal to is so slender, it's not funny. Like, finding, like, 2 or 3 inscriptions of Yahweh in certain regions, some of which have, like, idolatrous depictions of him with Asherah or something like that. And they build this entire freaking huge theory around it just to contradict the Bible. And he says that, hang on, the Bible makes perfect sense of this, because if the Midianites, right, who are like the main reference for this especially, if they worship Yahweh, they had it, the Bible says they worship the true God, as far as I'm aware. And it makes sense that they got that from Abraham. So, like, there's no reason to posit this Kenite hypothesis just to contradict the Bible. It's very silly. I love watching his lectures on the supernatural worldview of Israel. Yeah, it's mind-blowing stuff. It really is mind-blowing stuff. Paul Gretzky, what do you tell people who claim the command to love your neighbor as yourself should compel Christians to compel Christians to take the vaccine as it's the most loving thing to do during a pandemic? I would say that they are naive and twisting the word of God. They show their arrogance or their ignorance or both, because people have genuine concerns about the needles. I'm going to protect myself from YouTube. About what the needles have, their long-term effects and all. No one can refute that. There's no long-term data. No one can refute that. Sorry, get up. Hate it when my nose gets stuffy. I hate it. But what they don't get, they think not even two-dimensionally, but one-dimensionally. They think that the only cause of death in this period now, the only cause of death and suffering in this period now is COVID. That's it. These same people do not consider that these measures being put in by states and even effects of vaccines can actually and have harms people. They want to say it's very difficult to respond to on the fly because it is so ingrained their misuse, their abuse of that biblical concept because I am intending on making a whole video series on this, on responding to stupid claims like love your neighbor, therefore get vaccine. It's like that entire assumption relies on it relies on 2 things. One, I'm trying to remember, I'm going blank a little bit. Primarily, it relies on the assumption that a given needle, is 100% safe and you're just a bad person for not taking it. I mean, no, it's not. It's like people have genuine precautions around taking these things. I need to find a tree. There we go. We can take those, I guess. People have genuine precautions and genuine concerns around them, and just gaslighting them and calling them anti-vaxxers and slandering them isn't going to change that. Because, like, let's grant that, because what they don't consider is that they don't actually consider that to take their logic to the maximum extent, anything you do in your life outside around people is actually putting others at risk. So if you just hopping in your car is putting your neighbor at risk. And by their very logic, you could say, you can survive without a car, you can survive without it just fine. You don't have to endanger your neighbor. Why? It's just for your personal convenience. Because that's what they do. They really try to gaslight people by saying, you only care about your personal liberties. You're very selfish. You don't care about your neighbor. So if you apply that logic to the maximum extent, you could say, okay, don't get in a car ever again. You're putting your neighbor at risk by getting in that massive 2-ton box. You could kill someone. You very could. And that's the key issue when it comes to right now. It's not actually based in actualized reality. It is based on coulds and ifs and buts. All right. So if you get the vaccine, if you don't get the needle, if you don't get it, you could carry the virus and you could spread it to someone. Of course, that doesn't change jack. And in fact, the love your neighbor shtick, because it's based on other people, right, does not change jack, because you do still spread the coof with the needle in you. That's a fact. All right. So to say love your neighbor, therefore get the needle, that's absolutely silly. Absolutely silly. You are a silly person to believe that. There's a few chats. We aren't loving the murdered babies by using jabs to using their murder bodies. I mean, yeah. Okay. Paul Goretzky says that those fetal cells were duplicated from samples in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. Look, as far as I'm aware, that was like a one-time thing. It was disgusting. It was evil. It should have never happened. But as far as I'm aware, that was just a one-time thing that provided a template. So I don't think that's a legitimate concern as far as I'm aware. They have been appealing to Romans 13 and being subject under government authority. Yeah, that one I hear a lot as well. And something I like to say myself is, okay, if the government told you to kill your parents when they're infected in order to stop them from spreading it, would you do it? And they'll say no. Why? Why not? Oh, well, because that's murder. It's a right to life. Oh, but hang on. Romans 13. The government, and it's for your own good. All right? If you kill your parents now while they're infected, they won't be able to go around and start spreading it all over the place. Isn't that good? Don't you want to stop the spread of the virus? Don't you love your neighbor? Do you want to kill grandma? If you don't want to kill grandma, if you love your neighbor, kill your parents as soon as they're infected because the government says so. You can't get around that. And as soon as they say, well, we can't do that no matter what because there is an inalienable human right, that's when you pin them. Hang on. So you do believe in inalienable rights that the government cannot violate, even if it is allegedly for a perceived common good. So in that case then, on what basis do you say that it is right for the government to violate the basic ability of people to travel, to socialize, to have spiritual life, to work for their livelihoods because of a common good? Right? It's so stupid. It's absolutely stupid. These people don't consider this stuff. This is where Orthodox Logos says this is where being Orthodox helps with elders who warned about a scenario much like we're facing. Paul Goretzky, as if non-Orthodox elders don't warn scenarios like this, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, it's true. I mean, yeah, it's true. People, many denoms have been, I mean, particularly the very fear-mongering Pentecostals have been warning for a scenario like this. Glory to Jesus says, our live stream was pretty good at getting these issues. Yes, absolutely. If you can, guys, when you have time, go to Goy for Jesus' YouTube. We did a live stream recently where I explained the situation here in Australia, particularly in New South Wales, and dealt a bit with these issues. So if you want to find my answer about the love your neighbor bullcrap, I gave a bit of an answer here. I gave it there as well in more detail. But another point being as well is that there is a natural tension between preserving your own health and well-being and that of your neighbor. There is a tension, and it's a difficult one. And I want to investigate that to try and find a good set of principles for being able to determine what takes precedence, your health and well-being or the potential health and well-being of your neighbor. I think the ultimate thing in response to that is that there are many things to do that you can love your neighbor that will inconvenience you, but it is a known fact. It is a guaranteed certainty that it will protect your neighbors from harm. All right. So probably an extreme example, but like driving at full speed driving at full speed towards your neighbor on a footpath. I mean, it maybe will inconvenience you because maybe that footpath is closer to your destination, but it is guaranteed to protect your neighbor if you don't do that, all right? That's just one silly example off the top of my head, probably not even a good example. But I think you get what I mean. There are things you can do that will inconvenience you, but it is a guarantee good for your neighbor. So it's perhaps a good thing to do that. The thing with the coof, though, is that it is nowhere close to a guarantee of protecting your neighbor. You still have the could. You still could spread it to your neighbor. And then that's when these kinds of people will change the goalpost and say, oh, but you're less likely to, which isn't even a guarantee. There's still debate going around the issue of viral loads and whether the needles lower or even increase viral loads. So that's still not a given. But even if it was, so what? Because their original criteria was that you could spread the coof, therefore you should get the needle. But hang on, if you have the needle, you still can spread the coof. So that's still not an act of loving your neighbor. It's absolutely ridiculous when they put it in those absolutist terms. I mean, there's a billion things you can do to stop the spread of the coof, and I'm all for that. I mean, like if you feel like distancing yourself whenever you go, I mean, okay, cool, whatever. But what these people do, ultimately these people who demand that others get the vax to love their neighbor, get the needle. I'm trying to get away from the usual parlance for obvious reasons. What they neglect is that what they are doing is in fact an act of not loving their neighbor, because they are socially pressuring, socially forcing you to put a foreign chemical into your arm before you have done research into it. They are telling you to violate your conscience, your personal knowledge, and say, don't just ignore whatever's in it. Don't do any research. Trust me because I say experts say so. That is not loving your neighbor. Telling your neighbor to not do research for themselves and act accordingly, that is not loving them. That is not loving your neighbor. To force your neighbor socially and compel them by using scripture to take in a medical substance without themselves first checking it is you basically telling them, hey, take a gamble. Because, hey, that is a fact. There are side effects. There are deaths, even if they are very rare. It doesn't matter. They exist. You are telling your neighbor to take a risk without doing any knowledge or research on their own. That is not love. That is hate. Progress. I've been saying if vaccines are discovered to cause cancer in 10 plus of vaccinated people are Christians who have pushed this held morally responsible. I hope they are. And that's something we've got to keep track of. If we see long term that there's a massive issue with the needles, then absolutely we need to hammer these wolves, as I think they are. Logos are there are several countermeasures that aren't the jab. We just can't talk about all the countermeasures. Yeah, that's right, because there's financial interest. The state has financial interest, so they to ban everything else, so that they didn't waste their money on all the needles. But hey, let's ignore that, eh? Pogoreski, the I word. Logos. Those who make it difficult for doctors and nurses and scientists to openly talk about other candidates should ask themselves whether they are loving their... Yeah, absolutely. As soon as they start censoring doctors, because that's their appeal. Their appeal is, oh, but the experts say it's okay. Well, okay, here's another expert. He says this is another good treatment. And as soon as they start supporting the censorship of that stuff, that's how you know they're full of crap. You don't love your neighbor. You hate your neighbor. You hate your neighbor. If you believe in stopping scientists from saying, hey, maybe there's another solution, let's check it out. Not even full-fledged saying for them to get it, but just say, hey, let's check it out. Let's test it out, see if it works well. Even if they say, let's use it alongside the vaccine and not in replacement of it. It's pathetic. That's how you know they're full of crap. They don't love their neighbor. They really don't. But yeah, my thoughts and responses there are a bit muddled. There'll be something more concise, more systematic with my video. Anyway, I should be focusing on the game a little bit more. Wood, yep, got plenty of wood. All right, let's chuck this dirt out. Anyway, so I want to build a basic wood house, ideally near the church. Is that a priest? That's a priest. I think that's actually a priest. Oh, there's actually a church here. Ooh, boys and girls, you know what that means. Especially in the year before the jab became available, the other countermeasures were vital. Well, yeah, that's right. Pogoretsky. When I made COVID, I love how homemade Russian natural medicine are more effective than any other counter medication sold. Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, but no, but Pogoretsky, you're just being an anti-science... Ooh, hello. You're being an anti-science conspiracy theorist by saying there's potentially another solution. That's like, bro, you conspiracy, bro? You believe in conspiracies? That's just how retarded this other worldview is. People, they don't even have like a proper worldview. They adhere to epistemic authoritarianism. That's ultimately what it comes down to. They believe experts, my preferred experts, say X, therefore I'm going to believe X no matter what anyone else says. Logos says, jurisdictional conflict, trusting your own body, how dare you? Yeah, that's ultimately the issue there, jurisdiction. Like the question of you should get the vax because you love your neighbor is a distinct question from the government should be able to enforce it. So someone can believe the government does not have the jurisdiction to enforce vaccines, but Christians should take responsibility and get it. You can hold those consistent positions. That's a much more respectable position in my opinion. As long as people are humble about it. As long as they say, look, I genuinely believe that these jabs are good, and therefore I believe Christians ought to do that. They ought to love their neighbor and do that. I'll disagree with them, but I'll be able to respect that position. It's the ones who do so naively at the behest of media and other major powers, and shaming anyone who dares to raise a different opinion, even if it's scientifically valid. Those people I don't respect at all. I don't respect their opinion one bit. And nor should you. But yes, anyway, ladies and gents, there's a church here. There is a church right here. And you know what? You know what? There's something we can do right now. But yeah. Oh man, this stream's going really well. I'm glad I got the viewer turn up today. Yeah, sub. Hey, if you haven't subbed already, subscribe now. But yeah, what I'm thinking, I'll just do it right now. I won't even talk about it. Throwback to the Upon This Block trailer. I think a little bit behind, maybe right here. Yeah. Ave Christus Rex, Ave Christus Rex. Here Christos Vasileus. Ave Christus Rex. We did it, boys. We did it. All right. I declare this village conquered for Christ. Now, you know what? I think next step. Oh, F1. I think the next step. Now we need to have a talk with this priest here. So this cleric, let's just say before he arrived, he wasn't exactly a cleric for Christ. So I'm thinking, is he accepting books? He's not. That means I can't sell him a Bible. Now this is a false priest right here, guys. That's something we must recognize. Logo says, pretty cool to think there was a time when Roman soldiers and emperors hailed the name of Christ. Oh, absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome to think. But ladies and gentlemen, how shall we deal with this unbelieving priest now that this village has been claimed in the name of Christ? What shall we do? He's trying to leave, but he shall not. Not until we have a judgment. What do we do, brothers and sisters? How do we deal with the unbeliever? I would love to hear your answers. We'll have a judgment. Debate him. Debate him. I'll debate him right now. Alright guys, it's not working. He's debating, he's denying the divinity of Christ, guys. He refuses to accept it. What do we do? Paul Grace debate him, Elijah. So I don't know that style, but I just debated him now, and he's refusing to affirm the divinity of Christ. So brothers, I think we need to do something. I think we need to do something about him. But that can wait for just now. Hang him with a lead. No. I think we can do something a bit better than that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do, but we won't do it just yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some more prep. Get me house happening. I'll probably put my house right here. Why not? This is a nice spot. Let's make it nice and basic, Silhouette film, Scorched Earth. Logos Logistics, I saw Santa punching Arius. Oh boy, it's not going to be a punch. I'll tell you that. A punch is a bit of an understatement for what's about to happen to this this unbeliever. Just going to build a very, very nice and basic house for myself. Is that wide enough? Yeah, I think that's wide enough. Oh, now one more. So I'm just building a basic house now because, especially while you have a pretty hectic size building projects, like resources and blocks can get out of control in your inventory. So I just want to place, well, it's a nice house for one, but also a place just to actually store stuff, you know? I saw Santa punching Arius in the council chamber of Nicaea. It's going to be a bit more than that, I'll tell you now, brother. Inshallah, inshallah. And that is, of course, a Christian reference right there. So I'll just plant some basic trees. I need some wood. I go get those trees over there. So I've got to keep myself focused. So one thing I'm definitely going to improve for next stream. I think this has been a fantastic stream. It's really good, especially the combo. But something I need to improve is being able to talk and chat and state stuff, but also have like a clear direction. So I'm not just aimlessly walking around while I talk. Like I need to know what I'm doing. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm gathering wood. Simple as that. I'm gathering wood to just build a basic house to store stuff. I'll store some stuff in there, and then I'll get started on gathering materials for the church. Oh, and while at it, I'll need to replace the potion stand in that newly converted church with a lectern and a Bible. Logos Logistics says there was a guy who made a parody of I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus, but it made it Santa punching Arius. Those are the lyrics I remember. Logos says I suggest you do show prep, find some topics you talk about. Here's the thing, I actually did that. I had like a basic list of stuff to mention, and I did mention a couple of them, like whatchamacallit. Well, the Patreon idea was one of them. When I should do that, whether I should do that. Maybe if anyone's thinking they'd support, like just get a basic gauge of the land. Like if there was support out there, people would say, yeah, I'd contribute to your Patreon. Like I'll consider it because it is a genuine potential means of income for me, especially right now where teaching work is basically going to be a no-no for now. Maybe tutoring at best, but that's a very slow income as well. You don't have to talk about, talk about everything in show program. I did mention a couple of things, but it's not really what to talk about. We've talked about a ton of things right now. It's great. I'm actually quite happy with myself with that. It's just doing that and gaming at the same time. I'm surprised the taxing nature of that level of multitasking. But yeah, I can do it. I'm very happy with myself. I'm very happy with this stream right now. How long should I go more? I'm thinking I might go for another 45. I don't know if you guys are G with watching that. Oh, I didn't say the message. Silhouette Film says, "Oh, my buddy, I know you, mate. How are ya? Ask him to spell restaurant. If he gets it wrong, well, perhaps have a bunch of in-game goals." Yeah, I did have that for this stream, and I think I mentioned at the beginning. Idea was just to find a village, convert it, maybe lay the foundations of the church. So maybe I'll try to do that before this stream ends today. I'll get some foundations laid. Oh, saw a villager jump down and get injured. Maybe we should fix that at some point. But yeah, I'm thinking I'll try and get some foundations laid, assuming I can get a good enough material, which will probably be white terracotta. It's just the roof is going to be. Actually, no, the roof. Oh, but I can't make stairs out of it. Darn it. Oh well. I'll think of something. All right. Also this. Where's the stairs? The stairs are gonna go on there. Yep. Here and here. Okay. What was I building again? No, not that. Build another chest. Another doors. Building some wooden doors. Love me some good old wooden doors. Nice and simple. The stone which the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Based in amen. Absolutely blessed. Maybe even a cobblestone church. Like, it's a rough aesthetic, but it's like, it's kind of like those churches you might see on those islands in, like, I don't know, in like England or the Isles and stuff like that. Very, very rough style, but it fits this aesthetic very well. Like, it's on this very tall, solitary island. I don't know, I think that might work. What do you think? Maybe a cobblestone church with some decorations like mossy cobblestone, vines, and what do you guys think? You think that might work as an aesthetic? Let's Bible post about construction. What is that a page or is that just the general act? Let's Bible post. Oh, I'm going to cook these potatoes, 100%. I'll place down my bed. Oh, Minecraft music. It's always nostalgic. So nostalgic for me. Corchini says stone church would be awesome. Yeah, okay. So that's one taker. I think it might work as well, especially with like vines and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, cobblestone Bible post equals quoting scripture. Yes. Yes. No, of course. How did I miss that? I think I've even used that before. How did I miss that term? Yeah, but I'm cooking some potatoes here. They need to make it. They need to add potato chips to this game. Just put a potato in your crafting bench, and it gives you like 3 potato chips or something. After it's cooked, of course. Irish stone church with ivy. Yep. Okay. I guess we're going for that. I guess we're gonna do that. Why not? Cobblestone church. This is only my pilot series. So something basic because 1.18 will be coming out relatively soon. And that's when the real series 1 is going to begin, and that's when I'll like try to find the most optimal location, build like the most grandest of churches and all that, and with friends as well coming in. Even in this small series starting here, maybe even next episode I'll have like a friend or two joining. Although it will require a Minecraft realm, and I don't have the money for that right now, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do intend to have friends in this on this iteration of Upon This Block, but especially in the real first season once 1.18 is fully out. And a Celtic cross if possible. That's a good idea. And play Joy in Irish Christmas. Oh, mate, don't get me started. Me and my buddies, Logos, right? And everyone else watching. Me and my buddies, maybe some of them are watching now, who knows? We love our Irish folk music. We really do. Oh, man. Oh, one of the ones especially that gets us going. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Tell your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the hills into the greens of Kilishandra. Oh, one of the best choruses ever. Give a like in the chat, or I don't know, show your solidarity in the chat if you're into Irish folk music. It's good stuff. It's very good stuff. But yeah, historical context. I believe the Black and Tans. That's what they called. Was it the Ulster forces or the? No, it was the British forces. So back in the OG days of the IRA, so back in the 1920s, that was what they called the British forces, I believe, fighting against the IRA, the original IRA. Keith and Kristen Getty make wholesome prop music. Have I heard them? I don't know if I heard them. Corchini, never tried it myself. Well, you should, mate. It's good stuff. So legit, learn just some whatever folk music from whatever country with your mates, and you'll see it's a legit bonding experience. Just singing random folk music, especially from your own heritage, with your buddies. It's a legit experience. It's so good. Yeah, this is good enough. I'll develop the house a bit more later. But for now, let's go mining because we need some more cobblestone to start this house, to start this church. But maybe just before... Actually, no, that's it. I need to store my stuff because I've got so much clutter in my inventory. It's not funny. Right here. Good enough. Okay. Definitely that. Cement. melt that now, actually. And then let's dump that, and that, and that. Neofolk from Norway is great. Okay, thank you that. Silhouette, my buddy. My man from school, we go way back. Pogoretsky, my grandpa was a Protestant preacher in the Soviet Union and was illegal to religiously gather in areas, so he grew up and he used his military background to tweak with radios to listen to American sermons over the seas. That's cool. That's really cool, bro. That's awesome. It's insane to think how recent the Soviet Union was in our history. They only fell in 1991. There's some really high quality camera footage within the Soviet Union, even within like the Soviet parliaments itself. It's actually crazy to think how recent they were in our history. Bucket. Okay, so let's just say the sentence I wish to carry out with this unbelieving, Christ-denying priest, it involves this bucket. So that's the only hint I'll give right now. It involves the bucket. Anyway, let's get to laying the foundations of this cobblestone church. Moreton Bay is a great Irish folk song about convicts in Australia. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one by the sounds of it. Logos says, yeah, Soviet era wasn't long ago. Soviet era 2.0 is all too crying. Yeah, that's right. That's true. I remember I made this joke with one of my teachers in school 5 years ago. Far out. So I was in school, grade 11, and it was my proudest moment. It's one of my proudest jokes I made. And I said to him, "Hey sir, what's the difference between the Soviet Union and the European Union?" And he was like, "I don't know what." And I said to him, "The name." And this was like during the whole Brexit period when that happened, and people were starting to find out just how crap the European Union was, really, how Soviet-ish was like. So I made that joke. The only difference between the Soviet Union and the European Union is the name. Funny stuff. Darth Cameroon. Welcome, Darth. Yo, your house is lit, bro. Thanks. Don't flatter me, son. What's going to be really lit is this church. So now I'm trying to lay some basic foundation. I want to find the outline. So I'm thinking people will step off this bridge. So I'm thinking the bridge might extend out to here-ish. Thinking over here. Perfect. Okay. Church entrance will be here. Kinda. Will it be a double? No, single door. Single door, because I want to make sure things can be centered. So I'm thinking I'll probably dig it up. Yes, let's do that. So this will be where the door is from memory. I'm going to build some shovels. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Tell your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Can't get over it. Can't get over that song. It's so good. So good. So funny. He is great. What does Europe and a frying pan have in common? They both have grease at the bottom. It's so corny. Why am I laughing at that? Why do I laugh at everything? Oh, man. I feel like I have a condition. Oh, dear. Oh, that was so lame. That was so lame, man. Oh, yeah. Okay, so 4. Okay. So I'm thinking this is going to be the width. Tell her how the IRA made you run like... Okay, I was going to stop with the Irish folk music. Hey, it's me, Mario. Wah! Wahoo! Oh no! I've grown a bit of notoriety among my friends for being a man of voice impersonations. I can do quite a few. Case in point. Turn your textbooks over to page 394. Mr. Logistics, are you paying attention? Logos says laughter is a good thing. It is. Hey, it is, 100%. Too much. I'd rather have too much laughter than too little, eh? So, that's the door. Where the door is. I'll place it right now. I'm not going to have a door. is just going to be open. Snape did nothing wrong. I mean, he didn't. No, he literally did nothing wrong. Like, literally, he was the most brilliant double agent ever. I did nothing wrong. I have fooled the greatest magician of all time. And that doesn't mean Professor Dumbledore. It actually referred to Voldemort. How brilliant and 12,000 IQ my move was, indeed. Now, a require more cobblestone for my Irish Celtic-style church. And now we must go into the mines to pull it out and extract it. Can you do Kermit the Frog?
I don't know, man. Look, man, life can be pretty hard at times, but as long as you put your faith in Allah, everything will be A-okay. Hooray!
And by Allah, remember people, by Allah, I mean the one true God, which includes, gotta be careful how I say that, which is Jesus Christ. Jesus is the one true God. Look, it depends on how you define. Actually, no, this is it. Dr. Peterson, what is your favorite color? Well, it depends on how you define color. What do you mean by color? It can mean a great variety of different things. You see, Carl Jung, he defines color as the archetype of human feeling. I'm just totally making crap up now. It's always freaking. That's one of his defining. That's one of his defining idiosyncrasies. Jordan Peterson, his Carl Jung stuff. I don't know if he does it anymore, but like that for me was a big takeaway back in his days. Darth says creeper. Yes, creeper. You made an observation. You know what? Let's go sleep before we go mining. Mr. Kermit, why are you late to class?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was in my Bible study, Sue. Still, we ran a little bit late. We were going greatly in depth on the divinity of Christ.
Acceptable and understandable. Have a nice day. This heathen is in my bed. He dares. Get out. Okay. No more waiting. Punishment now. Alright, let's do it. Hey, priest. False priest. Stay right there. Nope, get in there. Get in there. Get in there, mate. Get in there. Stay still. Stay still. Hang on. Oh, stay flipping still. Come on. If it wasn't a sin, it is now. Yeah, absolutely. I would argue. Okay, good. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And now, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, it is time for the priest, this false heathen priest who denies the divinity of Christ, to face his punishment. As I said, it involves a bucket. And you are going to see what I mean by that. Everyone in the chat, this must be borne witness to. Oh, okay, no. This idiot. Okay, everyone, this must be borne witness to by all. For the crime of denying the divinity of Christ, this priest is anathema. Everyone say anathema. Everyone say anathema in the chat. This must be recognized by all. Anathema. Anathema. As soon as it's recognized by the viewers, the sentence shall be carried out. That's one. That's two. Beautiful. Oh, this is a beautiful sight. Truly the community coming together to purge the evil from our midst. Anathema. Anathema. Logos, man, I got to hear it from you, bro. I got to hear it from you. Couldn't he appeal to... No. I debated him. No, Spectre. I debated him earlier. He can't appeal to that. He cannot appeal to invisible ignorance. Nick Robertson. Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Logos says Paul isn't Catholic. Logos, I need to hear the anathema from you as well, brother. Your word means much to me. We're about to start. As soon as he says it, so many people have said it. This has been witnessed to by the collective, but I must hear it from my man as well. Still waiting for the final word. Ah, okay, all good, mate, all good. All good. It's happening. We did it, boys. Christ would not have done this. That is very true. Because our Lord had a very specific mission. Very, very specific mission. Which involved the salvation of our souls and his self-sacrifice, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, this mission involves that, but it has different practical, different practical output. Anyway, okay, I think maybe the LARPing gets a little bit intense. Maybe I won't go as intense. But either way, it's fun. But yeah, let's get mining, because I need some of that cobblestone. This isn't a good spot. No, it's not a good spot. Oh, hello. It's a bit of a weird kind of crack. No, I want a proper cave. I think I saw a proper cave down below. But while I'm here, is there any coal? Yes, there is. Good. Let's get that. So I'm mostly mining now for cobblestone. I'll get other materials too, but mainly cobblestone for the church. Oh, wow. I've actually stopped to take a breather and not be non-stop talking for once in the entire stream. Good times. How are all our days going? Going good? I want to hear from everyone who wants to chat. How are our days going? Whether it be Darth Logos, I heard you say you were Fessus, or you were tired. Otherwise, you going all G these days? Same for Silhouette, same for everyone, really. Okay, no, all good. Is the stream quality okay? Okay, guys, I'm experiencing a little bit of buffering on my end. Still great? Okay, that's good. That's good. Logo says tired. Yeah, still tired. I know you said tired. But you're like, otherwise you G, you're liking life and all that. Week was rough. Yeah, fair enough. Work, life and all that. I mean, I wish I could sympathize, but it's like I just have too much spare time, really. Can't wait till I can actually get some work. Too many black pills at the same time. Ah, yeah. Nah, bro, I sympathize. I mean, that's what the enemy wants to happen. Like, I made a commitment a while ago to basically unlike every single mainstream media page, because it's not just about propaganda, but it's the fact that you know that they're wrong, you know that they're liars, but they thrive and rely on you getting enraged and getting eventually just getting like depressed and all that stuff. That's what they rely on. That's how you get so many black pills. So really you just need to like unlike media pages. If you haven't done it, honestly, I highly encourage everyone to do it. Just unlike all media pages. Stop getting black pilled by news, especially if it's overseas events that have nothing to do with you and your life. Just don't let them control you that way. It's a very simple thing you can do, and it makes your life 1,000 times better. Like, I still get the occasional news story every now and then, but ultimately it's mostly out of my life, and it's I'm feeling much better for it. Yeah, let's make 4 shovels. Yeah, black pills